All right, it is Valentine's Day, and looking for a last-minute reservation is sort of like a box of chocolates. You know, you just never really know what you're gonna get. Is it one of these with some nuts in there? A lot of options. You might struggle to find a table at a suitable time. Who wants to end up in that position? Or you might get pigeonholed into choosing a restaurant with a pricey prefix menu, or you might have to settle for a restaurant that just doesn't quite fit your preferences. OpenTable is trying to alleviate that problem with its filters. You can choose from dining options like casual or fine dining, probably the expectation for today. Or if you're craving a specific food, you can select filters like sushi or steak. OpenTable CEO Debby Soo is with me. A lot of the folks out there are not just doing these intimate, eye contact to eye contact sort of dates anymore. Now they're doing double dates or even singles, taking themselves out. What are the changes to these trends?
You are absolutely correct that Valentine's Day is no longer just about that table for two candlelit dinner. People are increasingly going out on double dates, like you mentioned, but also groups of friends are going out. So when you go out tonight, you'll see that it's not just going to be couples. Lots of group dining activity happening on Valentine's Day.
And with Valentine's Day falling on a Friday, what does this mean for the celebrations this weekend?
Well, it becomes Valentine's weekend. We are seeing the bookings continue to increase on Saturday and Sunday as well. In the United States, Monday is a holiday. Lots of people are traveling this weekend. When people go travel, they're definitely going out and eating. So we're seeing a lot of double-digit growth in dining demand on Friday, today, Valentine's Day, and throughout the weekend.
Okay, I've seen some of your interviews and folks are like, I'm asking for a friend. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm asking for me. I am that procrastinator, okay? My husband, bless him, he's an accountant, tax season. So it was up to me to figure today out. So what are my chances of actually scoring that last second reservation at OpenTable? Tell me realistically.
Well, I'm not going to lie, it's not going to be easy. It also really depends on what you're looking for and what city you're in. But in all of our key cities, and here in the US and abroad, there are still slots out there. You can always try walking by and walking in. Unfortunately, even today, one of the biggest dining days of the year, sometimes people no show. So you just really never know. But I do encourage everyone, if you do not have a reservation yet, please go to OpenTable or open up our app. There is still availability out there, and there's something for everyone. We have so many restaurants on our platform that are waiting for you to experience. So fire up the app. It's never too late. You can still grab that reservation.
And the robot in there in OpenTable kind of does it for you, right? Through this notify me feature?
Correct. So if you find a restaurant that you really want to go to during a time that you want, and you're seeing that availability is booked, you can set a notify me alert. And the second a spot opens up at the time that you want, you will get notified, and you can go ahead and book that. We're trying to make it as easy as possible for diners to access all of the amazing restaurants that we have on our platform. And the notify feature is one great example of that.
And we saw a big boom of just people going out to restaurants when we moved out of the pandemic protocols. People were getting out there, they were socializing. How is dining demand looking like right now?
Dining demand continues to be quite strong, as you said. After the pandemic, there was what we called revenge dining, which was great for restaurants, right? Because it's tough running a restaurant. You're already running on laser thin profit margins with some of the supply chain disruptions and labor shortages. So it was great to see that dining demand come roaring back. And what we've seen that even with times of economic uncertainty, that people continue to prioritize the experiential. They continue to want to go out and experience restaurants, go out and try new restaurants. We've been seeing that trend for the last few years, and we hope that that's a trend that continues to persist.
Yeah, and I'm hearing that from the customer end, but what about the restaurant end? How is the economy right now? Is it favorable for restaurants?
It really depends on what city you speak to with restaurants. There are some cities that are humming along very nicely. Others are more impacted by some of the news cycle events that we're hearing. I would say it also depends on what kind of price point and restaurant you're running. For the top echelon, Michelin starred, very awarded, very renowned restaurants, I think business has been pretty steady. And then for different tiers of restaurants, it's kind of run the gamut in terms of how restaurants are doing. When we look at overall dining demand, we're seeing that dining demand is overall up. But again, that kind of masks some of the challenge that certain cities and certain restaurants are facing right now.
Debbie, I know you've been doing these interviews. You've had a busy week, and I hope your Valentine's Day plans are solidified. I would assume so. You look like a woman that is organized.
Oh, I'm organized in work, not so much. I mean, I was literally just screaming at my kids, like, please do not come into this room. We're getting takeout tonight, but my husband and I are going out for Valentine's weekend
I
tomorrow,
respect that.
just the two of us.
I respect that. Debbie, thank you so much. We really appreciate your time.